Hi there. Our snowman's almost done. We're gonna add arms, and we'll do something similar to how we did the eyes when we can make one version or make one side and then copy it to the other. Okay, so, and I'll give you a preview of how to join stuff. But for now, I'm gonna flip back to the front view and we're gonna want his arms to stick out here. We're gonna make the arms out of cylinders too. And we're gonna be rotating more. So I want the arm sticking out here. You're gonna see when I make the arm, it will be perpendicular to how we want it. But I think it's easier to do it that way so you can visualize where the arm will be. Let me think. Yeah, let's stick to the front version. Let's go to create. Let's go to cylinder. Let's click this face. And so when I draw a little skinny arm, I think we want it as skinny as 6. We can't see the arrow to make it longer. So let's tilt this a little bit so we can see that green arrow, sorry, the blue arrow, so that we can make our arm a little longer. 30 is probably good. I'm gonna hit enter. Actually, that's a kind of a short arm. Let's rotate it first and see. So if I flip back to the front, we want to rotate. Actually, I'm gonna do halfway front and halfway right. So we really want this rotated 90 degrees. And let me call it right arm. I want it rotated 90 degrees so that it sticks out from the side. Right now it's sticking out from its stomach or that orientation. So again, when you want to rotate or move an arm, you have to have the whole thing selected. So I'm going to click right arm, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click move copy. And I get all of my dials like I like. I'm going to move my properties panel up because we might use those. I'm going to look at this from home perspective, which helps me a little because this is the dial, this one right here, that I want to use to turn it 90 degrees to the side so it will stick out of its body. That was kind of hard to drag because it's like when we look at it from this side, it's over the body. So if you don't click accurately, you might end up clicking against nose. So if you don't want to deal with dragging the handle, notice that it's moving the Y angle. So once you get into move copy, if you just want to type in -90, that's going to get you a perpendicular arm. So now if I go back to the front, notice that I haven't hit enter yet. If you did hit enter after rotating, it's fine. You can just click the arm again, right click here, go back to move copy. I'm looking at it from the front, so I'm going to start positioning it. And now I'm going to look at it from the left. It's kind of in the middle. Maybe I want it up more. So zooming in there, I think I'm going to put it there. That looks more shoulder-like. You can see now that I've zoomed in, it's not in there completely. So I'm going to shift it a little more so there is some intersection. I probably don't need a full 5 millimeters. So I'm going to type 3, and that intersection is pretty good. Remember that I've been using Fusion for a few years, so your accuracy might not be as strong as my accuracy, and I'll take that into consideration when I'm grading. But I am pretty happy with the position of this arm, so I'm going to click OK. I do think the arm's a little short, and we've looked at this, the next panel I'm going to show you before, but maybe only once, and it's going to look a little bit different. Essentially, I want to change the properties of that arm. So if I right click on it, and it shouldn't be highlighted, don't have it selected beforehand. So nothing selected, right click on it, And if I go to edit feature, it knows a few things have happened. It wants to know if I want to edit the move, edit the primitive, or edit the move. And I want to edit the primitive. So if I click the cylinder primitive 4, it's weird because it puts it back to its original location. But as soon as I edit the length, which is what I'm looking to do, which is technically the height, and I hit enter, it will go back in place. So I'm going to take that 30 and change it to a 50. And then I'm going to click OK. And in a moment, it snaps back and it shows me the longer arm. And again, if I'm not happy with it, and maybe I think it's a little fat, I can right click, edit feature. I want to edit the original cylinder. I'm going to change the diameter down to 3. And I'm going to change the height down to 40 because I think I made it too long. So that's a pretty good arm. It might still be too long, but that's okay. In fact, I think I want it tilted up. So we're going to right click. Actually, we're going to highlight it first. Then we're going to right click. Then we're going to move. And then I'm going to turn this dial a little. And then I think I'm going to move it back up to the shoulder. This guy's in the way. So that looks like a pretty good arm. If you can position it where you want to. Try to keep it in the center of his body. Well, it's a little bit front of center. It's fine. I'm not going to be super picky, but it does look better tilted, so do tilt it. So that's a pretty good initial position of the arm. And in fact, I don't think we're going to change that. I am going to save. Okay, now I'm going to put little fingers coming off of this. So I think, here's what I'm wondering. Should I make a copy of this to make a finger? I'm going to try that. No, I won't be able to because I want a shorter finger. Like I only want a cylinder like this. And I don't want to copy it because if I change the length, it's going to change the length of the arm. So we have to make a new cylinder for the finger. So I'm going to go to cylinder. I'm going to click here. I'm going to set this, whoops. I'm going to set this at 3. So I'll come over here, change the diameter to 3. I currently have a height of 5. Whoops, can't see that. I'm going to click OK and then rotate it. So let's say right thumb. And since it's highlighted, I'm going to right click it again and go to move copy. And then I'm going to go to the home view. And then I want to remember we did this on the Y angle. So I'm going to type -90 again. Then I'm going to go back to the front and zoom in. Okay, this doesn't look long enough. So I'm going to right click, edit feature, cylinder primitive, and I think I want it 10. Whoa, that didn't work. So I'm going to undo, right click, edit feature, cylinder primitive. I'm pretty sure I must have typed 1. Let me type 10 and click OK. That's a pretty good length. So now I'm going to highlight it, right click and move it. Start with this one. Use my pan to bring it down and then rotate it so it looks like this. I think I'll rotate it a little more. And then maybe push it like that. Okay, So we have a thumb. Should I make a finger on the other side? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want one of these on the other side. And it's going to be the same height. So here's what we're going to do. I don't know if you remember this from the eyes. But if I click the right thumb and then right click and go to move copy, it's already got body selected. So I'm able to click this to create a copy. And once I do that, as soon as I move that finger, I get a new one. And I won't want it facing that direction. So I'm going to rotate it again. And it's rotating on the Z axis. You can decide how far you want it rotated. And then you get to place it here. I think I'm going to rotate it a little more and just place it so it's intersecting and click OK. Interesting that I don't see it in the bodies. Why don't I see it in the bodies? Is my, oh, there it is. So it's called right thumb 1. And I'm going to rename it to say right finger. So I have one arm and I'd like to make a copy and put it on the other side. The problem is I don't think you can copy 3 things at once. You might be able to with copy and paste, but I'm going to show you a preview of next week where we can join these 3 items into one. So if I click the right arm, and then I'm going to hold Shift and click the right thumb and keep Shift held down to click the right finger. So I selected all 3 of those by holding down the Shift key. You can also do it by tracing. So if you trace just those 3 pieces and nothing else, those 3 things are all selected. There's a menu under Modified called Combine, and that lets you, since I've already selected, it knows that I want to put all these things together. So my target body is technically the right arm, so the other 2 tool bodies are going to connect to that. See how this says join? Watch what happens to these 3 things when I click OK. They now all get lumped. Actually, it's now called the right finger. So if I click right finger, all 3 pieces get selected. So they're actually one unit now. And I'm going to change the name of it so that it's called right arm. Okay, so now that I have a right arm, I'm going to move this guy over and zoom out a little bit. If I click the right arm, because I want a second copy, I'm going to right click here, I'm going to move copy. This says bodies, so I'm able to click copy. And because I have copy clicked, once I move it, I get a second one. Now I'm going to want to rotate this. We don't want to rotate it this way because then it's going to be upside down. So let's keep the Z angle at 0. What you're going to want to do, I think, let's try what happens if we do the X angle. No, that's wrong. So the X angle stays at 0 too. Let's change the Y angle to 180. That's the one we want. And so after I moved this to create a copy, the the Y angle changes to 180 degrees. It basically gives you a mirror image. Then I can reposition the arm and click OK. And my snowman is done. And so when you go to copy this, you're going to want a zoomed in figure. You can orient it differently so I can see most of it. And when you go to snip it, make sure that you're snipping. Whoops, I did that wrong. Make sure that you're snipping so you have the name. Your name in the upper right corner. And I want to be able to see all of your bodies. So this would be a good snip of it. So I have to